Sometimes your laptop can suddenly shut down and show a blue screen. There are many reasons as to why the laptop could have crashed. The first of them is to check if there's a driver issue. So go to Device Manager and check if any of the drivers are showing an error. If that is the case, then we have another video on how to fix any driver issues that you might face. But if that is not the case, then go to File Explorer and in the search bar, search for Mini Dump. Now, when the laptop had crashed and restarted itself, it had stored the logs as to why the laptop crashed in this following file, which is the Mini Dump. So now we are going to have to run this file to check the logs as to what the error was. To run the file, we're going to have to download an app, which is what I'm going to take you through. But before we do that, let's just create a new folder in our desktop and name it Blue Screen. And all the files that were in the Mini Dump, let's move that to this folder. The only reason we're doing this is for ease of testing, so we don't have to keep searching for the files in our laptop. It'll all be present on the desktop. So this might take around a minute to just move all the files that you might have. Now that you have moved all the files to the folder, let's go to Google and type the app name that we want to download, Bluescreenviewer. And you can click on the link, and over here I'll give you two options, a 64-bit version and a 32-bit version. Our laptop is a 64-bit version, hence we're going to download that, but please make sure you're downloading the right version for your laptop. Once downloaded as a zip file, open this file up and move the zip file to your desktop because we want to keep everything on our desktop for ease of testing. Now that it's on our desktop, you right click and extract here. This will extract the app from the zip file. As you can see at the down left side, a Bluescreenviewer app has been added to our desktop. Now we're going to right click and run it as an administrator. Please make sure this step is really important. And move each file to our Bluescreenviewer app, but as you can see here, it didn't allow us to. So go to Options, Advanced Options, and locate the exact file that we are trying to read in the Bluescreenviewer. So as you can see, our file name is Bluescreen. So that is what we have selected and clicked on OK. This has provided us exactly what the bug was on the laptop. You can send us a photo of your bug check string and we can help you out on what the issue is. Or, as you can see in our scenario, usually when memory management is a point, there is an issue with the memory, either the way the RAM was installed into the laptop or the RAM connection with the software in the laptop, or it could even be a faulty RAM. Then you would have to open the laptop and replace the RAM. So in case you don't have a memory management issue, here you can see 4 tables which are going to show all the possible errors that can show up in your Bluescreenviewer and the problem next to it and what the solution would be. The solution would always be either a software test or a hardware test. Please check exactly the bug that's showing on your Bluescreenviewer and proceed further with the solution accordingly. In the rest of the video, there'll be 2 parts. The first part showing how to do a hardware test and the second part showing how to do a software test and solve your issues. Now we will be doing the hardware test. There are 2 reasons to do this. One is if in the Bluescreenviewer you saw a bug that directly relates to the hard disk, or the second is when the mini dump was not created. Usually a mini dump is not created because there's an issue with the SSD. So what you will do is switch off your laptop completely, and while switching it on, press F12 repeatedly. You should ideally be pressing F12 right before the Dell logo or right when it opens up. You will see on the top right side of the screen, preparing boot menu. Once that is done, you will have to scroll down to Diagnostics and press enter. The laptop will open a screen where it will ask you if you can see the colorful bars. Click yes. If that's not the case, then you do have a screen issue. However, now the laptop will do the hardware test on its own. It roughly takes 10 to 15 minutes for the first part, where it is mainly testing your hard drive and your RAM, even your CPU. In case there is a hard drive issue, then the first pop-up that comes on your screen will mention there's a hard disk issue, and the laptop will beep really loudly. However, if there are any RAM issues, a pop-up will show up which says memory issues resolved. Now, this could be on a very basic level and the laptop could still have memory issues. So what you will do is select OK, and at that point a new pop-up will show up which says, do you want the laptop to do a more intensive memory test? And select yes. This usually takes around another 15 to 20 minutes to complete the entire test. If there are some issues, it will show a pop-up again saying memory issues resolved, but we recommend doing this test the second time if that pop-up shows up. Now we'll be going over the software test. So on your laptop, click on the Windows icon plus G. This will open up a command box where you type in eventviewer.msc. So eventvwr.msc. This will open up the Event Viewer application. You can select Windows Logs and then Application or System, which will show you if there are any errors in your software. As you can see here, we have one error and a few warning signs. So to resolve this issue, what we're going to do is go to the command prompt. Over here, make sure you run it as an administrator. In the command prompt, you will have to write down sfc /scanow, SCANNOW. This will begin a system scan which takes roughly about 5 minutes. So we're going to let that happen now. So now that the system scan has been completed, it shows that Windows had found a corrupt file and it successfully repaired it, but sometimes it doesn't fully repair the file. So you have to run the following command that you can see on the screen to make sure whatever driver issues, third-party issues was there in the system, it repairs them 100%. So this is a slightly longer command, so please make sure you type exactly what's in the image, and then the deployment image servicing and management tool will come up where it will run its own scan. This can take around 5 minutes. Now that the scan has been completed, you can see that it has restored all the corrupt files in the system, and you need to run the first command again, the sfc /scanow. So do make sure you run that, as it will also take another 10 minutes to scan your system again to check if there were any errors found. And if no errors were found, all your driver issues have been resolved and your laptop should not crash again.